It is time to wine and dine in Barcelona. City Rhythm Barcelona. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Jredlamar, and we are gathered here to discuss some fragrances. Today we are discussing City Rhythm Barcelona. But before we get into it, I need you to like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell down below so you can be notified of all of my upcoming videos. In addition to YouTube, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Jredlamar. Now let's get into it. So today we're discussing the newest fragrance from City Rhythm. This one's called City Rhythm Barcelona. Up until recently, we got fragrances based off of places within the United States. Now we're starting to see fragrances based off of places outside of the continental USA. First there was City Rhythm St. John, and now we have City Rhythm Barcelona, which is a city in Spain. This is a wine lover's dream. Also those of you who enjoy a good musky fragrance. So with every City Rhythm fragrance, you get a postcard that gives you more information about the fragrance, and it also includes the notes. As you can see, is a picture of the city of Barcelona. On the back of the card, it tells you about the fragrance, and it has the notes listed. When you get your fragrance, you're going to have your typical City Rhythm box. I've noticed they started putting this sticker on here that says City Rhythm. You have the signature of Niles Ramadine, and right here it says City Rhythm by Niles. So when you open a box, you're going to be greeted with the fragrance in this plush coffin-like setting. So as with St. John, you get this little necklace here that's in the shape of a wine bottle. It has a picture of the cathedral. It says City Rhythm Barcelona. Now I'm not sure if this is going to come with all of the Barcelona fragrances. I think this is a while supplies last kind of thing. So here's the bottle. This right here is a 50 milliliter bottle. You can also get this in 10 milliliter and 100 milliliter. The 10 milliliter is going for $35. The 50 milliliter is going for $155, while the 100 milliliter is going for $195 USD. Now, as far as pricing goes, I noticed that Barcelona was a little more expensive compared to the other City Rhythm fragrances. I believe there's a $15 to $20 difference in Barcelona than the other City Rhythm fragrances. Now, the first thing I noticed about this bottle is that the label has been upgraded from the other City Rhythm fragrances. Usually you get a flat label on the bottle, but this time, if you look hard enough, you can see this one is kind of embossed a little, as opposed to the previous fragrances where it's all just flat. Up in the left-hand corner, you see the Spanish flags, and the label is fashioned like a stamp that you would put on an envelope. I also noticed that this is an EDP concentration as opposed to the others, which are typically extrait concentration. So you have the picture of the city of Barcelona. Most notably, you see the famous cathedral in the back. I believe it's called Sagrada Familia. Fun fact, this is a cathedral that began its construction back in the 1800s. It's been over 140 years and the cathedral is still under construction. And there goes your little bit of history for today. So let's get into the notes. In the top, we have sparkling wine, pomegranate, bitter orange. In the mids, we have red wine, cherry, and rose. In the base, we have cedar, sandalwood, amber, chocolate, and musk. So what does this fragrance smells like? I would say City Rhythm Barcelona is a boozy, sweet, woody, musky fragrance that's better fitted for a more mature crowd. I would say that this is a nice, classy evening scent. I wouldn't wear it to like a club. It's not playful or youthful or anything like that. It's a gentleman's fragrance. I'm gonna give this a good spray. As you can see, we have our usual pressurized atomizer. Ooh, boozy sparkling wine and citrus. Wow, so right off the bat, you're going to get sparkling wine. It's a realistic sparkling wine. It smells just like the wine that you would drink out of the bottle. Very boozy, but the sparkling wine is short-lived. It kind of punches you and just go. And you're left with that pomegranate and bitter orange that gives the citrus tartness in the opening. For those of you who are concerned about that sparkling wine, it's just there for the first couple of seconds and it's gone. It makes a hell of a first impression and then it's gone. In the midst of fragrance, is going to sweeten up. You're going to get this sweet red wine And you're also going to get this juicy cherry note that's complete contrast to what you got in the opening. While it is still boozy, it's not that tart citrusness that you got in the opening. It's kind of switching to become a little more subtle, little more juicy sweetness. In addition to that sweetness, there's a rose note thrown in there. And that rose note gives it a certain softness that's going to help you transition into the base. Now the base is my favorite part of the fragrance. You get your cedar and you also get this creamy sandalwood note here and the amber that gives it a warm, intimate kind of vibe. And the musk is pretty prominent here. Like I mentioned in my first impressions, I never was a big musky guy. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I never sought out particularly musky scents. But the musk in this fragrance really sticks out and is really nice. And that musk is going to last. So as the fragrance is becoming a softer, woody, musky fragrance, there's also a hint of chocolate thrown in there. Now you ask yourself, is this a gourmand fragrance? No, not at all. In most fragrances that I've smelled that included chocolate, they use chocolate as the selling point for the fragrance, or they use the chocolate to make it a gourmandy kind of fragrance. That chocolate is usually more pronounced. That chocolate is usually the star of the show. But in City Rhythm Barcelona, it's more of a backup player. They're like Otis and the Temptations. Yeah, it's nice that you're here, but we didn't come specifically to see you.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
You're a good background player. So when would you wear this fragrance? This is a fragrance you wear to a nice outing. Let's say you go to a restaurant. It's a nice dimly kind of setting, very intimate, romantic. The first couple of pages of the menu are the different wines. It's that kind of vibe there. You're dressed up, you're having nice food with your partner. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting with this. I wouldn't wear this in the dead of the heat. I would say that you could wear it in the fall and in the winter. I wouldn't wear it in the dead of the summer or in the middle of a hot day. I'm afraid that the fragrance will become a little cloying, especially with all the booze in there, especially for us down in South Florida. In the summer, it's going to be 95 degrees. I wouldn't dare step outside in the middle of the day with this fragrance on. Save it for the evening. But for those of you in other parts of the country or other parts in the world where the spring and the summer is 60 to 75 degrees, you can definitely rock this in that kind of weather. But for us down here in the South where it's hot, blazing hot, save it for the evening, save it for the winter, save it for the fall. It is definitely a unisex fragrance. Women would definitely love this fragrance. I know a lot of women that go for particularly musky fragrances. This is one that you would definitely like. But I will say this fragrance is not blind buy safe. Get you a sample, try it out, see how you feel about it before you make a big purchase. Now, although this is an EDP perfume, I would say that this still has really strong performance. I get at least 7-8 hours on skin and even longer on clothing. Really good projection. I did a test spray on the back of my hand and I could smell the fragrance all day and it was strong. Fragrance was so strong you would have thought that I had it up here to my nose. So don't go into this thinking that it's going to be a weak fragrance because it's not an extrait like you would get with Miami or St. John or the other City Rhythm fragrances. It is still a strong fragrance. With it being this strong in an EDP concentration, I wonder what would have been if they made this an extrait concentration. So that's my review on City Rhythm Barcelona. A wine lover's dream. Also, if you're a big musky person, check this out. And I said musky, not musty. For those of you who are musty, you need to go see The Showers. But if you're into musk, check this one out. So that's going to be it for today. In the comments below, tell me what you think about this one. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is this one you're going to pass on? Let me know what your thoughts are. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification down below so you can be notified of all of my upcoming fragrance videos. In addition to YouTube, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Jredlamar. Once again, my name is Jredlamar, and until next time, spray some.